he go on IR this week?
Most likely, yeah. We'll clarify that soon.
Saints lose to the 49ers on Sunday 26-21, and for the second consecutive week, it would appear as though the Saints are losing a defender for the rest of the season. Of course, Julian Blackmon, after the Week 1 loss to Arizona, we learned torn labrum, and he is done for the season as he's gone to IR. And then Mike Garafolo here on Monday tweeted earlier that Saints rookie defensive tackle Vernon Broughton is expected to miss the rest of the season with a hip injury. The third-round pick is getting multiple opinions to see if surgery is required. Broughton flashed potential in 24 snaps Sunday in his season debut. That's, again, from Mike Garafolo. He's not wrong. So remember, Broughton was a healthy scratch against Arizona. He made his Saints debut against the 49ers. He played 24 snaps, 10 against the run, 13 against the pass, a pass rush, and then he was in coverage on one play, which is just weird, but happens. His overall defensive grade was a 60, according to Pro Football Focus. Really good tackling grade with a 70.1. He had 3 tackles on the day. So, big dude at 6'4", 305, a guy that coming out of Texas who played collegiately for Bo Davis at Texas. The Saints drafted him. Clearly someone that Bo Davis believed in college, and enough to draft him here into the NFL. But unfortunately for the New Orleans Saints, Vernon Broughton's rookie season is apparently done after just one game that he played in. For what it's worth, Kellen Moore, when he met with reporters on Monday, did kind of give an update on the injury.
Don't know the exact answer to that yet. So I know they're finalized. They did all the MRIs and everything, all the tests today. And so they'll figure out an action plan moving forward. Certainly tomorrow we'll have a really clear picture. So
he actually didn't give an update on the injury, but he was asked, when they learned about the injury, because it didn't appear as though anybody knew anything during the game.
I think a little bit, yeah. Yeah, he was not on the initial medical report coming out of the game, right after the game for myself. And so I think it's something that kind of, once the adrenaline wears off, you start identifying something that's not right.
That's a bummer. It's exactly what happened a week ago with Julian Blackmon, who was the highest graded Saints player defensively after Demario Davis. And we learned only after the game that he tore his labrum during the game, that he's shut down for the year. Now it's happening with Broughton as well. The Saints in that game against San Francisco, it was an interesting game because of the way it played out with Mac Jones throwing for 279 and 3 scores. But by and large, they kind of held Christian McCaffrey in check, 13 carries for 55 yards. On the day, San Francisco ran 26 times for 77 yards. So that's an average of 3 yards per carry. They only gave up a long of 13. And remember, this was a Saints defense that was second to last in the NFL a season ago in rush defense. So it's an area where they had to improve. They brought in Vernon Broughton as a guy that they really anticipated, being a potential big run stuffer there in the middle in the future. They obviously brought in Devon Gottschall as well as the nose tackle to try to fortify that defensive front. You obviously still have Brian Brzee there, who used a first-round pick on a few years ago. But whereas you had issues against the run in week 1, you really performed well against the run here. And it's not to say that losing Vernon Broughton is going to be some massive windfall of negativity for the New Orleans Saints this year, because I don't know that your win total changes. It's just one of those where, as we continue to say, you look at this season, and if the season is about finding out what you have in these young draft picks, well, now that's one guy who you're really hoping and counting on to be an impact guy for you, maybe carving out a role, is now likely done for the year for his rookie season. The flip side of that is, with Julian Blackmon injury, you get to find out more about Jonas Sanker, who started and was second on the team in tackles behind only Demario Davis. And so you look at Jonas Sanker and you go, okay, well, that's a good start for Sanker, and maybe we're going to look back in time and say, this was the emergence of a young player like that becomes a starter, and you're really hoping that was going to happen for Broughton as well. But Sanker against San Francisco, his overall defensive grade was a 70. I mean, he graded out really well in his first start, a 69.9 against the run, 65.3 in coverage, 64.4 tackling grade. So, played 71 snaps against San Francisco after playing just one snap against Arizona. So, I want to see the young guys continue to develop. Just disappointing that looks like Broughton is going to be done for the year. Whenever we get that news officially, we'll certainly pass it along, talking about what the Saints may elect to do there on the defensive line. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.